In my last video, I placed Odin second last on my tier list, only behind Loki. Truly, he has fallen from grace, but I think there is still potential in the one-eyed CEO of Valhalla. While it is true that Norse as a whole is suffering right now, it must also remain true that this will not last forever. With newer patches and another DLC on the horizon, we can expect Odin and Norse in general to flourish again. For now, here is my guide on how to make Odin work in the current meta, and in short, it relies on playing a bit more greedy in the arcade gauge and in being smart with your minor god options. So, let's get this show rolling. Okay, let's actually discuss when we go for each different minor god here while playing as Odin. So, Classical Age, Heimdall or Freya. I think both of these are actually good options and very versatile options to boot. In short, if you want to be really specific about it, I'll say Heimdall is good for slower, boomier games because you get some really good mid-game upgrades in Reek's Tula and Safeguard. Reek's Tula is going to help you advance to heroic and mythic faster, plus you will just boost your economy more. If you've got 2 town centers, this upgrade is really good, and with 3 it's even better. Safeguard is amazing once you're in the heroic age and you start making hill forts, and even for adding new town centers or village centers if you prefer. Einherjar and this upgrade, I think they're a bit underwhelming, unfortunately. Too high of a gold cost. As Norse, gold is really a big struggle, so I don't recommend going for these units very often, unfortunately. They're pretty cool, actually really cool. Honestly, Einherjar is such a cool myth unit, but the fact that both the unit and its upgrade cost gold is such a big detriment, unfortunately. Freya, I think, is good if you have a big wide open map and you want to play for mobility, because you get this upgrade called Thundering Hooves, which makes your cavalry faster, as well as your Valkyrie faster, and give them more hit points. So if you want to focus on a cavalry kind of playstyle, you go for Freya. Needless to say, I guess. This upgrade says Rumnir. It's been nerfed this recent patch, so I don't think it's very good anymore. The gold in Classical Age doesn't really work, and now it doesn't work on Hersers anymore, so what can I say? Big bummer with this upgrade. Disablood, amazing upgrade for Valkyries. If you don't have this upgrade, a Valkyrie will hit a villager 6 times before it dies. With the upgrade, it takes only 4 hits. So it's an amazing upgrade. It also makes you heal faster, and that's it. But it's amazing. I recommend, if you're going through Freya for an extended Classical Age fighting, I recommend going for Disablood and Thundering Hooves first thing. Actually, no, take that back. I recommend getting a second Valkyrie first, and then getting these 2 upgrades. Whichever comes first, you'll just have to see which one do you prefer in the moment. If you've got a lot of cavalry, maybe go for Thundering Hooves first. If you don't have that much cavalry, and you just want the immediate effect from the better Valkyries, you go for Disablood. Also, another factor with Freya is if you're playing on a map like Watering Hole, where there's a lot of aggressive animals that you can kill, that gives you access to a shit ton of favor. And because there is so much hunt, you can also obviously eat that hunt, and it makes it very, very easy for you to spam Valkyries. I'm going to add a video at the end, or a game at the end of this video, where I play on the Watering Hole and I do that strategy. You'll see just how potent it is. So if you're playing on a map like Watering Hole or other where there is a lot of aggressive hunt, I do recommend going for Freya, just because of the access to Valkyrie. Very, very good. For Heroic Age, Skadi or Njord, I think Njord goes well in hand with Freya. You've already got Thundering Hooves, so if you can add either Ringgiver for Jarls or Vikings for Raiding Cavalry, I think that's amazing synergy. I should also say Njord, very good early game option before you have a big army, because Walking Woods will be very potent then. And if you have a bigger army, it's easier to make good use of Frost. Another good thing about Skadi is the Winter Harvest, which is amazing. 20% increased bonus on farms, so map like Oasis is a really, really potent technology. And even 10% just for every other food source is also very, very good. Frost Giants, they're potent at taking down strong myth units, so if you're against something like Avengers or Scorpion Men or Sphinxes, maybe you want to go the Frost Giant route instead of the Mountain Giant route. And also, like I mentioned, if you have a big army, I think Frost can be really good. Something I've really come to enjoy is if you go for Heimdall, you have Safeguard up, then you can plug down 2 quick hill forts, and then you just start making rams. And if you get 5 of those, and then you frost your enemy army, you can take down a town center as well as much of their production, their houses, and that's just really, really good. So I do think Heimdall synergizes well with Skadi, Freya synergizes well with Njord. Doesn't mean that you should always go for that kind of recipe, if you like. You can also mix Freya with Skadi, Heimdall with Njord. Perfectly fine. There's some synergy with Undermine plus Walking Woods as well. Just big damage onto buildings early on without having to invest much into it. So for Mythicate, Boulder or Tyr, the truth is you want to go Tyr 9 out of 10 times. I think Boulder has some success if you build Fire Giants against Archer Walls. If you're against 40 Toxotes, I think the only real counter that you've got with Norse is Fire Giants. Because they can use their special attack on that Archer Ball and they'll take it down in no time. Sons of Sleipnir, it's a bit of a meme upgrade. It goes so well hand in hand with Thundering Hooves and Ringgiver, Vikings, and then Sons of Sleipnir. But the truth is, hate to say this, Raiding Cavalry in the Mythic Age, very, very bad unit. So they're just gonna die. Even though they get plus 20% damage and 1 extra multiplier versus archers. I mean, you can get it. You can get it if you're against a lot of archers, but don't expect miracles with this upgrade. This one is kind of cute. Rams will train faster, they'll be slightly faster, and they'll do more damage. So if you go through Baldwin, definitely get this one as well. Tyr is the best option most of the time because you get some easy value with Fimbulwinter. Ragnarok, don't even use it. Ragnarok's such a bad god power, don't even use it. Fimbulwinter is always going to give you some value. And then these 2 upgrades are amazing. So you can go for a pure infantry-based army with Tyr in the late game. And yeah, that's basically what you would want to do. That's a safe choice, is to go for Tyr, go for an infantry army. But I do think Baldur has merit as well with the Fire Giants, with this upgrade. Can maybe work sometimes. So yeah, that's my thoughts on when to go for which minor god. All right, I'll be going over this game that I played versus Kimo on Fushi. This is one of those games where I go for a build order where I kill 1 animal in the beginning with 3 villagers, such as this, and then I'll be looking for a secondary hunt source. So I want to save these boars for later, so that I don't use Great Hunt in the Archaic Age, and also so that I save Hunt for a rainy day, you know? The advantage of doing so is that Great Hunt in the Archaic Age is 600 food, whereas if I wait for Classical Age, it's 1,000. And that's a significant difference. So I definitely want to take advantage of that. I think actually here, I kind of forget, oh wait, I need to find a secondary hunt source. So the build order that I do, I should probably tell you, 3 on food in the beginning, 1 dwarf on gold, and then I send 1 villager to a straggler tree, and another villager to a real forest line like this. Forget to build an ox cart here. This is good. This is good for just seeing that you don't need to do these build orders perfectly. Oh, by the way, I also forgot to mention I got the pickaxe first thing. So the reason I can get pickaxe first thing is because I don't have an ox cart for my hunters here. And even this guy, he should be over here. So this build order, I'm kind of butchering it. You can even see this dwarf here, a bit of idle time. In my view, this is how a good build order is. You're allowed to screw up a bit like I'm doing here. If the build order is too tight, too clutch, then I don't think it's any good. You have to be able to mess up like I do here. Anyways, when the boar is depleted, I now move over here with my villagers. I have 2 on gold, 3 on wood, and now I'm just spamming villagers over here. And trying, of course, to get as many goats as I can. Getting that 3rd dwarf. Usually you want to have 3 dwarfs, at maximum 4 dwarfs in the Archaic Age. Sometimes you have to build a 4th if you're, like, maybe now actually I think I have to buy a 4th dwarf. Yeah, I'm screwing up this build order here. Yeah, now I have to build a fourth dwarf because I didn't have the food for a new gatherer. But either way, like I said, this is good. The fact that you can screw up a build order and it'll still work goes to show that the build order is good. There we go. That's 4 dwarves on gold. Definitely no more than 4 up until you begin to advance. Sometimes you can add a 5th just before you advance, but I would recommend 4 is usually a good number. Anyways, I'm gonna add a 7th gatherer over onto hunt. I don't think I add an 8th. Instead, what I'll do is I will send my villager over here and I'll kill a boar. So there's 3 left. And when I use Great Hunt in the Classical Age, I can double the amount of hunt that I'm targeting. So there'll be 2 boars left, and that's equal to 600 food. So Great Hunt will get its full value out of those boars. So that's perfect. I'm actually not sure if it's 1,000 or if it's 1,200 food in the Classical Age. I guess we'll see. Maybe it's 1,000. Ah, it's probably 1,000. Either way, I send more villagers over onto the board here. I am running low on food, and I also want hand axe, which I haven't even researched yet. I have to say, I'm versus Kimo here. I know that Kimo isn't a super aggressive player. This is why I can kind of get away with what I'm doing here. We're now 350 into the game, and he's advanced to the Classical Age. And this is my cue. I have to get away from here. So I move over here. I noticed caribou earlier in the game. It's not visible now. I'm not map hacking, okay? Not map hacking. And I'm just walling off here with a simple wall, because if he sends a Pioneer or a Yahtzee over here, I'm kind of screwed. But a simple wall like this will save these guys. I have 4 on gold. Wait, I have a dwarf here? Hello? This dwarf should be there. This is ridiculous. I'm messing up this build order so hard. But yeah, it is what it is. Maybe it's even a good thing that this dwarf is on wood, because I need wood now, not gold. This is the double gold mine Ghost Lake, which is why I'm playing super greedy here. I don't want to go for amazing early aggression, because even if Kimo did that to me, I would be able to just do what I do now. Sit in my corner and just play defensive. So, read the map. There's back hunt over here. You have 2 gold mines in your base. This is a defensive map. And I should also tell you here, I've got both of my ravens on his town center, so I want to know if he's going for 2 TC boom or not. I noticed he went on this one, and now I just moved my raven from there over here. I don't want him to know that I know it, so if I can escape before he realizes I know what he's doing, that's a good thing. So I know he's 2 TC booming, and that gives me the freedom to go for a 2 TC boom as well. I don't have to fear any aggression from him. He's gone for a super early 2nd TC, and I don't need to defend this. There's no way he can amass an army that will stop this from going up. So it's going to be a slow start here. And it's a good opportunity for me to go for the Valkyrie here. I should also mention, why do I go for Freya instead of Heimdall here? I go for Freya because I value mobility a whole lot on Ghost Lake. It's a wide open map. And versus China, I think mobility is really, really good. I get a nice peasant kill there. Now, I'm going to use Forest Fire here. Bit of a waste, you could argue. Not dealing any damage whatsoever, but I'm forcing this guy to find a new spot. I do think this was a waste of Forest Fire. Yeah, but I value mobility. I value the early Valkyrie. As you can see here, really nice value from the early Valkyrie. And I want Thundering Hooves technology. And I want the option to build a lot of Valkyries if it ever gets to the point. So, you know, Reek's Tula from Heimdall would be nice. Late Guard is always a good technology mid to late game. But yeah, I value mobility. That's the big thing here. So it's a slow game, and like I said, I want to play the raiding game. So I'm setting up Great Halls here. Just so I can build a lot of cavalry in the beginning. And then I'm going to add in longhouses afterwards, so that I can get more of a mixed army. But right now, what I'm mostly worried about is, actually there's so many good relics here. This one, myth units are cheaper. This one, mountain giants are much better. And this one, harmonious necklace, best relic in the game, plus 10% gather rate for gold. I want to grab those relics. And then I want to start raiding. Once again, a very defensive map, lots of golden base, lots of food available. I played the greedy start, which means that I've got a lot of food still available. 12 gold remaining, still 3 boars remaining. 600, oh, it's 1,000 food. 600 here, 400 there. And now I build a second Valkyrie so that I can heal the other one back up. That's a really good use of your first 18 favor, is so that you can heal back up the first Valkyrie, who will inevitably be damaged from her early raids. Now I'm just adding raiding cavalry, and like I said, I'll add in longhouses afterwards. I don't fear early aggression here. I just want cavalry out as soon as possible, and then I'll add in throwing axemen later on. For my eco management, it's a very balanced management. Lots on food, because I need the villager production. Lots of gold, because I need the dwarf production. And then 8 on wood, because I need all these buildings. And only now am I starting to add in throwing axemen. So I might be looking to add in more villagers on wood at this stage. You can always ask yourself, what kind of unit composition are you going for? And if the answer is a mixed unit composition, you need a mixed economy. In the beginning here, what I'm really looking for is raiding cavalry. They cost food and gold. Villagers cost food and gold, so I don't need that much on wood. This is a good raid I make here. I think I kill 1 Kuafu here. It's a really, really high value raid. So I'm very happy about that. 2 Valkyries, 5 medium raiding cavalry. And Thundering Hoof is pre-queued. I'm getting Disablot here, so these are now Shield Maiden Valks. They'll deal a lot of damage. 4 hits and a peasant will die. Maybe even 3, because they're only 50 HP versus... Nah, I think it's 4 hits. But regular villagers are 55, but these peasants are only 50. Do a nice little bit of micro here, if I do say so myself. Using the Valks to take down the Halberdiers, while I use my cavalry to go raiding. The Valkyries are very good against the Halberdiers, but the raiding cavalry are sort of useless against them. I kill 1 peasant there, I'm gonna kill this Kuafu. Now I'm out of there. I do end up losing, I think, maybe 2 raiding cavalry in the process, but it's well worth it. And because I've got the Valkyries, I just want to heal back up now. And my economy is looking super strong here. Everything is in order. I have an excess of gold, so my villagers over here are now moving over to a forest. And I've got my production set up, 3 longhouses, 3 great halls, and I just want to spam an army now. My economy is set up, I've got myself a nice advantage with the villager kills, and now I am looking to push my advantage. And when I want to push my advantage, I need to continually produce units, and I need to go on the aggression. And before I do that, I'm just focusing on healing up my units before I go aggressive again. Such a nice advantage of playing Odin with Freya is that you can do this in between fights. And I know, because I'd done such a good job up until now, I know that any aggression I put on will be probably very successful, because he's now gone heroic as well. And he should be pretty far behind. And actually, I think I take this opportunity to build an armory and a town center. I did get my villager kills now, so I don't have to go aggressive, especially when I see the forest protection here. This is why I backed off. You cannot siege Baole with that in the classical age. So I go back to raiding. Got a really nice raiding group here. I do have Thundering Hooves now. And I'm just getting an armory and a town center. This is great too. I don't want to overcommit here. I know he's investing into Halberdiers. I know he's got a Tau. So I don't want to get caught out. I just do a quick hit and run. I don't want to overcommit, because that'll be... There's no reason to lose units at this stage. And yeah, with 3 town center now, with a lot of, well, the 3 first upgrades that I can get, economic upgrades. And what am I looking at now? Like 60, 70 villagers. I can't see it because of the UI is bugged, this fetch. Either way, my economy is really, really strong. Got all my production. I'm even adding some more here. So now in total, I'm looking at 5 longhouses, 5 great halls. When you have the time for it as Norse, it's a good idea to set up more production, because when you're fighting, it's really difficult to set up production. So Anytime there's a calm before the storm, use that as an opportunity to set up production. Here's a bit of a scramble here. These Tau, they're so good at displacing my army. But I've got such a nice army here. It's 17 throwing axemen, 14 cavalry, 2 Valks, 5 heroes, and a berserk. I know that I can take this fight, but he's actually surprising me a bit. I'm now fighting back, and it's so hard for me because I need to micro my throwing axemen to the Valkyries, but I don't know where they are. Uses electric weapons, extremely good god power, I think. He's now stunning a lot of my units, he's taking down a lot of my units as I'm retreating. But I notice his Tau is now isolated, so I can go on that. Yeah, and I take the fight now. I hit Heroic Age now through Njord. I should also tell you, why did I go Njord? Because I already went for Freya, and I already got the amazing cavalry upgrades, and now I'm investing into Ring Giver, so I want the Jarls. Throwing Axemen and Jarls is a very, very potent combo, and you can add in Berserks as well for good measure. That's the kind of unit composition I want here. So Skadi would be a good option too, but I do like the synergy of having really good cavalry with this route here. Got the Bowmong cavalry upgrade, so these are very strong White Horse cavalry. But I'm setting up a hill fort now so that I can add Huskarls, which are really good against archers. Interestingly, even though I'm investing so much into my cavalry, I still need to build anti-archers, because cavalry aren't really anti-archers if he's got a nice front line. But Huskarls can definitely take care of them. Yeah, he wins this. I think I underestimated the fact that he's got a lot of real nice upgrades here. But because he's invested so much over here, now I can attack this position. And remember, this Baule has the forest protection, but there's nothing up here. So I see that he's vulnerable on the top, and then I go attack there, and then I leave this 2 Baules for later on. Even adding a portal ram and a new hill fort. Like I said, continually make new production. Very, very key while playing Norse. He knows he can't defend himself, so he's going for a bit of a raid here. Even if he has his entire army up here, he cannot defend what I'm doing, so I'm kind of forced to make a weird raid here. I take down this thing. When you know there's forest protection on a building like this one, I think it's a good idea to prioritize that building. Get that down first thing. I have 2 portable rams, 5 walking wood, so I can easily take it down. And you look at my economy now, it's almost full villager population. I've got a lot on wood and gold, and only 9 on food. And that's the thing you can do with Norse that's really sick. So I can just go Huskarls, throwing axemen, portable rams, and it's fine that I don't have 9 on food. At some point I will start making a farm transition. But for now, you can just make a wood-based army. Or even Jarls, 50 food, 80 gold, it's not that food intensive. Getting this town center as well. I'm starting to lose here ever so slightly. I think it's because I'm investing so much into economy, setting up farms like I mentioned. And stop the TC from being built, that's a bit of a mistake. But yeah, because my food economy was struggling like this, got caught off guard a bit here. Need to build this TC again. Hello? Hopefully I will. Over here I notice he's on this gold mine. But honestly at this stage I'm so far ahead. I don't really have to be smart about things anymore. I've got U-tunes and they've got this amazing relic. Both of them are really good. 15% less favor and this one plus 20% damage. These are really, really chunky units. I want a lot of those. Got a nice Baule over here on this gold mine. However, I have 1, 2, 3 gold mines on the top side, so I even got some left here as well. Gold is not going to be an issue for me, thankfully. The Ulf Jarls, the Ring Giver, Thundering Hooves, very, very good units. And at this point, it's just a question of me getting full population, getting my army together, and then I will begin to win fights, like I'm doing here. It's just, there was a bit of shakiness here because I was lacking food, but now that my farm transition is up and running, farms up here, herdables there, I am good to go. And this fight will be won. These Alfials are actually good against myth units as well. Gotta keep that in mind. They're extremely tanky. They don't have any natural things that they counter, except for myth units when they get the Ring Giver. But yeah, they're just a good generalist unit. But you notice this, like I said, my economy, there's full control of it. I've made plenty of production, and at this stage I can just run over my opponent. I know that he's struggling. I know that his economy is not quite in order, so I want to take advantage of this moment in time. And the way I do that is by attacking him where he's vulnerable. At his town center here. There we go. I take it. That's the greedy Odin build that I think is, if you want to succeed with Odin in this meta, I think it's important that you play a bit greedy. You get your early economic upgrades, and you save some hunt in your base versus Sips where you can get away with it. And yeah, there we go. You're streaming on the DoD channel, nice. Go and follow.
Já, ég vil. Samþykkt.
Skipan, samþykkt. Timbursveit.
Skipan.
We played Fushi earlier, can't complain.
Ég
Who do you think is best, Fushi or Shenong?
Ég vil.
Fushi, right? With the peach blossom tree.
Tilbúin skipan. Veiðimaður.
Já, samþykkt.
Hopefully next patch Nos will be playable again. I think Odin will be for sure. With the hunt changes. I think you can get some really good build orders in with Odin.
Samþykkt.
I'm a bit saddened to see that there's no Loki specific buffs.
Skipan. Ég vil. Samþykkt. Já.
Hver þar?
Já, veiðimaður.
Tilbúin.
China versus Norse is just super tilting.
Já, ég vil. Já. Samþykkt. Já.
Well, you know, this patch, I will say, Kronos Uranus, Egyptian, China are all unplayable if you're Norse and you're versus a good opponent.
Já.
So basically, you've got, well, and even Greek. Honestly, I even find Greek unplayable if you're against someone good.
Já.
Tilbúin.
I think there's Gaia. That's the only option you have left.
Skipan.
Only good matchup. I say that in the video I posted. I think most people agreed with me there, although a few didn't.
Já, samþykkt. Tilbúin. Ég vil.
Tilbúin.
Veiðimaður.
Skipsa. Veiðimaður.
Ah, my god, this dwarf was a mistake. Yeah, you can pray for Norse Mirror. That's the best you can get.
Já. Já.
Hver þar? Skipan.
Hver þar?
Já.
Skipan. Veiðimaður. Veiðimaður.
Tilbúin.
Já, veiðimaður. Veiðimaður.
Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Já.
Oh, Harmonious Necklace. Probably should have prioritized this. The issue is you can't read what they do. You have to put so much effort into reading them.
Já.
Not even Frey playable. I mean, you can.
Samþykkt.
I don't think it's good. He's not a top god for sure.
Hver þar? Satt. Timbursveit.
I guess he is playable, yeah.
Tilbúin. Veiðimaður.
Not much more than that though, if you ask me.
Já. Ég vil. Já.
Hver þar?
Skipan. Hver er þar? Ég veiðimaður. Skipan. Veiðimaður. Já. Hver er þar? Satt. Veiðimaður.
Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Já.
Tilbúin.
Oh, we get it. Damn. Didn't expect that. Wins Ares.
Já. Satt. Já. Samþykkt. Ég vil. Já. Samþykkt.
Skipan. Ég vil. Já.
Tilbúin.
Skipan.
Hver er þar?
Tilbúin.
Hver er
Já.
þar?
Samþykkt. Já.
Já.
What's he doing?
Ég vil. Satt. Til. Ég vil. Samþykkt. Já. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
Satt. Samþykkt.
Hver er satt? Já.
Yo, he's building a TC.
Já. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
Tilbúin. Ég vil.
Tilbúin.
Ég vil.
Skipa. Satt.
Já. Satt. Ég
I think we're gonna get a villager kill here.
Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Já. Hver. Ég vil.
Tilbúin. Já. Skipan. Ég sam. Sækið fram. Ég satt. Samþykkt.
Tilbúin. Já. Já. Ég vil.
Very good start for us here.
Já. Ég vil. Samt timbursveit.
Já. Veiðimaður. Veiðimaður.
Tilbúin. Ég vil. Timbursveit.
Til. Samþykkt. Skip. Satt.
Tilbúin.
Já. Ég vil. Satt.
Já. Ég grjótsveinn. Já. Já. Samþykkt.
Hver er þar?
Skipan.
Skip. Já. Samþykkt. Timbursveit.
Já. Ég samþykkt. Já.
I'm gonna get another one here.
Til orð. Ég samþykkt. Fætið fram. Að rás. Já. Ég samþykkt. Já. Ég vil. Skip samþykkt. Já. Já. Samþykkt. Já. Ég vil. Já.
Já. Já. Til atrás.
Tilbúin. Já.
Ég vil.
Tilbúin. Satt. Veiðimaður. Samþykkt. Já. Ég vil.
Skipan. Satt. Veiðimaður.
Tilbúin. Hver. Já. Já. Til. Já. Já. Ég vil.
Já.
Já. Hver er tilbúin? Samþykkt. Skipan. Hver er það? Satt. Ég vil.
Já.
Já. Já. Já. Satt. Atrás.
Tilbúin. Ég vil. Já. Skipan.
Skip. Ég vil. Já. Hver er það? Satt. Hver er þar? Já. Hver er samþykkt? Satt. Já. Til at. Já.
Samþykkt.
Já. Samþykkt. Ég vil. Skipan. Já.
Skipan. Satt.
Tilbúin. Ég vil. Já. Ég. Já. Skipan. Ég vil. Já. Tilbúin. Til samþykkt. Já. Ég vil. Já. Ég samþykkt. Já. Ég. Já. Ég. Já. Að rás. Ég. Já. Ég. Samþykkt. Til. Já. 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 Samþykkt.
Tilbúin. At. Til. Já. Atrás.
Já. Ég vil.
Hvað er það? Samþykkt.
Skipin. Já. Samþykkt. Satt.
Já.
Hver er þar? Til veiðimaður. Timbursveit. Samþykkt.
Hver er þar? Tilbúin.
Skipan.
Já. Ég vil.
Já.
Já, satt. Grjótsveit.
Ég vil, já, ég vil.
Samþykkt. Já, tilbúin.
Tilbúin. Samþykkt.
Ég vil. Samþykkt. Ég vil. Ég samþykkt. Ég vil. Já. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
Hver er satt? Já, já, já. Skipan.
Já, ég vil satt. Veiðimaður.
Já, ég vil. Samþykkt.
Samþykkt. Ég vil. Timbursveit.
Já, já. Ég að ráð. Já, ég vil. Já. Samþykkt. Ég, já. Skipan.
Til orustu slag.
Tilbúin. Ég vil.
Hver er það? Satt. Timbursveit.
Ours OP today. Ours always OP, Boyd.
Já, ég samþykkt. Ég vil.
Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Já, já. Ég vil. Til orðsturslag. Ég vil. Já, já. Tilbúin. Sækið fram. Já, til orðsturslag. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
Já, til samþykkt. Hver er þar? Já, já.
Aw. Formation screwed me over here.
Ég vil, já. Tilbúin. Atrás. Ég satt. Samt, já.
Skipan. Já.
Ég vil. Til samþykkt, já. Satt. Já, samþykkt.
Já.
Já, ég, já.
Skipa, já. Já.
Já, veiðimaður.
Tilbúin.
Veiðimaður.
Tilbúin. Ég satt, já, satt. Samþykkt, ég vil satt.
Tilbúin. Já. Samþykkt.
Skipan. Tilbúin. Já, samþykkt. Já. Skipan. Tilbúin. Já. Já. Já, samþykkt.
Já.
Tilbúin. Til orðsturslag. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
Tilbúin. Skipan.
Whoa, I'm losing this. Stupid Cyclops.
Ég samþykkt.
What?
Já, satt. Til ég vil, já.
I lost that so hard.
Já, samþykkt. Ég samþykkt.
Hver er þar? Já. Satt.
Tilbúin. Já. Skipan. Já. Ég vil. Já.
Samþykkt. Ég vil. Já. Til samþykkt.
Skipan. Samþykkt. Já. Sækið. Skipan. Já.
Já. Satt.
Tilbúin. Já. Ég vil. Já. Ég vil. Já. Já. Samþykkt.
Hver er ég vil? Samþykkt.
Tilbúin. Ég vil.
Tilbúin.
Samþykkt.
Skipan. Já. Já.
Já. Satt. Já.
Tilbúin. Skip. Ég vil. Já.
Skipan. Já. Veiðimaður.
Skipan.
Já. Tilbúin. Skipan. Samþykkt. Já. Ég vil.
I always struggle to find room for great holes.
Samþykkt.
Ég vil.
Tilbúin. Ég vil.
Hver er það?
Samþykkt.
Já. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
No, I'm not gonna be able to advance.
Veiðimaður.
Veiðimaður.
Já.
Já. Til ég, já. Ég vil.
Skipan. Ég vil. Timbursveit.
Já. Ég vil. Já. Ég vil.
Ég vil.
Já. Ég vil. Já.
Samþykkt. Já. Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Já. Samþykkt. Satt. Ég, já. Samþykkt.
Samþykkt. Já.
Tilbúin.
Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Ég
Til
vil.
satt.
Já. Skipan. Satt. Ég samþykkt.
Já.
Já. Já.
Skip. Samþykkt.
Skip.
Til. Já. Já. Skip. Samþykkt.
Já. Satt. Timbursveit.
Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Satt. Veiðimaður.
Tilbúin, ég vil samþykkt. Grjótsveit.
Tilbúin. Satt.
Hver er þar?
Tilbúin, ég vil.
Ég vil. Timbursveit.
Já. Já, tilbúin, ég vil. Skipan, já, samþykkt. Tilbúin, já, ég vil. Já,
Já. Skip. Ég.
já, já. Samþykkt, ég vil.
Já.
Tilbúin.
Já. Til og frá. Skip, já, samþykkt, ég vil. Skipan, tilbúin, samþykkt, ég vil.
Já. Samþykkt. Tilbúin. Já. Ég satt. Ég vil samþykkt.
Hver sá ég við timbursveit?
Til satt. Hver er þar? Samþykkt.
Já, já, samþykkt, ég vil. Tilbúin. Já, já, já. Tilbúin. Skipan.
Já.
Já, já. Tilbúin, ég vil. Skipan. Tilbúin, samþykkt, ég vil. Já,
Skipan.
já, samþykkt. Ég vil, já. Já, já. Ég vil. Tilbúin. Samþykkt.
Oh, he's there?
Já, samþykkt, já. Ég vil, já. Samþykkt. Grjótsveit. Já, ég vil. Já, tilbúin. Samþykkt. Já, ég vil. Satt grjótsveit.
Já. Ég vil satt. Atrás.
Bætið fram.
Til orðuslag. Satt já. Já, satt. Ég vil. Já. Til orðuslag.
Já. Fjósamaður.
Samþykkt. Atrás.
Tilbúin hver? Já. Grjótsveit.
Samþykkt.
Satt. Já.
Skipan.
Tilbúin.
Hver er það?
Skip. Já. Til orðið fram. Tilbúin. Já, samþykkt.
Satt.
Skip. Já.
Tilbúin. Já. Skip.
Satt.
Samþykkt. Til orðuslag. Atrás.
Já, tilbúin. Já.
Tilbúin.
GG. What a weird game. I love using Frost like this. Very underrated. My poor base. Beautiful. My raids were so good, actually. Once again, my raids are very good versus Hades. Just an issue of being able to win a fight. That's the issue. Yeah, Hades, exactly. Slow Toxotes, slow Cyclops. That's why you need to go for Apollo as well, so you can get the Underworld passage, so you can actually go aggressive. So it's very like it's a super fun matchup because the Hades player has to play very defensively,
Skipan.
and the Odin player has to maneuver around trying to get these raids in. I got so many. I'm surprised the civilian units. I thought I killed so many more. I don't know. Guess not.